15 minutes after the top of the hour, Senate hearings begin today looking into the foiled Christmas Day attack on a U.S.-bound plane. The Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee will focus on how to further improve the nation's security. Maine Senator Susan Collins is the ranking Republican on that committee, and she joins us live now from Washington. Good morning to you, Senator.
Good morning.
After the almost terror attack, if we can call it that, on Christmas Day, the president came out and responded. And then you came out with your own statement saying that you could not believe that this alleged terrorist even had a visa to get on an airplane. It was a scathing response. Now today you want more answers.
I do. One of the key questions that I have is why the State Department did not immediately revoke the terrorist visa once it had information from his father that he had become radicalized and was in Yemen, which is a breeding ground for terrorists. I also find it disturbing that this many years after the shoe bomber, a terrorist was able to use the exact same explosive and smuggle it onto the airplane without being detected.
One of your other concerns has to do with the terror watch list. And you're wondering, number one, how, there's so many people on it, but then there seems to be different kinds of lists as well. Do you think that you're actually going to get to the bottom of that today in these hearings?
This is the first in a series of hearings that Senator Joe Lieberman and I are holding. I don't expect that we'll get answers to all of our questions today, but we're going to make a good start. And identifying the standards for putting someone on a watch list and finding out what is done once we have derogatory information is absolutely critical to our ability to help prevent this kind of attack from happening again.
Well, terror was on the minds of some of the voters who went out in Massachusetts yesterday, and the Republican Scott Brown was elected. Many say that it had a lot to do with health care reform. Some say also terror factored into that. How do you see what happened last night in Massachusetts?
There are many messages from last night's astonishing victory, but I think the most important one is the people of Massachusetts, and indeed the people of this nation, are telling us that they want better performance out of Washington. They want us focusing on the troubled economy and the need for more jobs, and that they're tired of sweetheart deals that were sneaked into the health care bill. They want that kind of bill to be negotiated in the open, and they're tired of politics as usual. They also want controls. They don't want unfettered one-party control.
Let's take a listen to what Congressman Anthony Weiner had to say about this. He, of course, is from New York, and he is a liberal Democrat who wanted the public option as part of health care reform.
And now I read a headline, we're going to go back to worshiping at the altar of Olympia Snow. Yeah, that worked out great. Let's go back and do that again for another month. Who's next? Lieberman? I mean, honestly, this is getting ridiculous.
And I'm asking, who's next? Senator Susan Collins from Maine. Has the president called you to try and get you back on his side?
He has not. I have made very clear that I cannot support a bill that imposes billions of dollars of new taxes, slashes Medicare by $500 billion, and would actually cause insurance rates to go up for many people who have insurance. Now, I do think health care reform is needed, but it has to be, we really should start from scratch and do a completely bipartisan bill.
All right, yes or no, Senator, is health care reform in its current state dead or alive? Yes or no?
I hope
or dead
so.
Or alive?
I hope it's dead.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Senator Susan Collins from Maine, joining us today on the show.
Thank you.